decided to take the first part of this video outside because yesterday was so gloomy, and I was pretty much inside all day except for taking Darce out. So today the sun has peeked out. Show you my flowers that I planted the other day. Aren't they gorgeous? Got a hanging plant there. Hope you all are getting out and enjoying all the beautiful colors that come with spring. Anyways, math lesson. We're on lesson 90. Can you believe it? Lesson 90. Almost done with this book. So let's go inside and take a look at the lesson. Okay, before we get started, hopefully you went through the Power Up and you went ahead and read through the new concept. All right. So if you can remember when we did equal group stories to begin with, they always had 3 numbers, okay? And if we take a look at the book, those 3 numbers are the number of groups times the number in each group equals the total. So if you can remember this, you should always be able to read a word problem and plug your numbers in so you know which number is missing and then you know how to solve that problem, okay? If we are looking at problems where we need to use division, we have the total divided by the number of groups equals the number in each group, or the total divided by the number in each group equals the number of groups. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and look at the first example where it says 28 children are going on a field trip. 7 cars are available to drive the children. If the children are divided into equal groups, how many children will ride in each car? Okay, so this is what I suggest for all of you to do. I suggest that you go ahead and write out your words we just learned up top, okay? So if you see here, this is exactly what they did. They have the number of groups times the number in each group equals the total. And so all they did was go back into the story problem and figure out number of groups, okay? So 28 children are going, 7 cars are available. Okay, so there's gonna be 7 groups that go into these 7 cars. So 7 cars, okay? Number in each group. 28 children are going, 7 cars are available. It says nothing about the number in each group. So we know that that is actually a missing number, okay? So we can put a question mark there. We can use a different exponent like a letter like A or X, okay? And then we have the total, 28 children are going on a field trip. So we know the total of children. That would be 28 children in all. So now we know we have this number that we need to figure out, all right? And if you can remember from our previous lesson, that when we have one of the factors and the total, we can actually change this into a division problem, which would be 28 divided by 4 equals 7. All right? So that's how we do equal group stories. All right? Hopefully you took a look at example 2. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Okay? I'm actually going to go through lesson practice A with you. Okay? And if you want to go ahead and pause this video, you can go grab your spiral and a pencil or a piece of paper and a pencil, and we'll go through A together. And then what I want you to do for lesson practice B is work this one out on your own, and then I want you to submit your answer into the messages below. All right? So if you're watching this video, some of you may not, if you completely understand and you're able to do this on your own, that is fine, although take the time to do these videos, I really hope you all are watching them, okay? So yeah, submit your answer and your messages below. I know I'm going to get a ton of messages, but that's okay. I will love to see that you all are watching my videos and doing the work, all right? So I'll give you a chance to go ahead and grab your stuff, and then I will grab my whiteboard and we'll do A together. Okay, all right. Hopefully you've got your pencil and paper. Let's go ahead and start this first one. Sylvester has 40 pennies. He puts them in stacks with 5 pennies in each stack. How many stacks does he make? All right, so the first thing I would want to do is I'd want to write out what you just learned. It will help you to stay organized, and it'll be simple to plug those numbers in from this word problem, okay? So over here I've written out number of groups times the number in each group equals the total. So if we read it again, and to try to figure out the number of groups, it says Sylvester has 40 pennies. He put them in stacks with 5 pennies in each stack. So to me, I don't read anything that tells me how many groups there actually are. I do, however, find the number in each group. It says he puts them in stacks with 5 pennies in each stack. The stack being the group, 5 pennies is how many are in each of those groups, okay? So here I'm gonna put a question mark times 5, which is the 5 pennies, equals the total. Sylvester has 40 pennies equals 40. Okay, so then we have what times 5 equals 40. I know you guys already know the answer, okay? But here we can also look at it again like a division problem. So we have, oops, sorry, my light is shining on there. The total divided by the number in each group equals the number of groups. Okay, so we have the total, which is 40, divided by the number in each group, which is 5. Okay, or 40 divided by 5. I'm going to erase that. We know that the answer is 8. Okay. And they were asking how many stacks or how many groups. The answer would be 8 stacks. All right? All right. So that is how we use equal group stories to answer word problems. All right. Okay, guys. This lesson was a little more difficult than the lessons we've been doing. However, if you do realize that all those lessons that we have done over the last 2 weeks was setting you up for being able to recognize a story problem and see that you can solve it by using multiplication and division, okay? So hopefully it wasn't too difficult for you, but if you have any questions, you know, you can always message me in the comments or go ahead and send me an email and I'll try to answer it for you there, okay? Just a couple things before I let you guys go. As I've been grading your papers, I am noticing that there are people who are not labeling their answers. I am still taking points off for not labeling. That has been a requirement since day 1, and I do expect you guys to do it now. I also am expecting you all to show me your work, okay, which would include when we do division, I want you to go ahead and treat it almost like a long division problem where you do end up multiplying your divisor and your quotient and you're bringing that down to subtract it, okay, from your original number that you're dividing, all right? And then you're zeroing it out to show me that the answer is correct. Okay, that has to be done. There's several of you that are not doing that. I will take points off for that. Okay, and the reason is because We are only doing 2 lessons a week, guys, now, and we're only doing 10 problems, all right? And so what I expect from you all is quality work because we're not doing so many, all right? I want you to show me that you know what you're supposed to be doing, that you understand what we're doing, okay? That is how I am seeing that you understand, all right? And that's really important for me. That's my job as a teacher, is to make sure that you all understand what we're doing. And I can only see that if I can see that you're doing everything that I've asked you to do, okay? It's not any different with you doing it at home than how you were doing it for me in school, all right? I know that there's things, a lot of distractions at home. I've got a lot of distractions here as well. But you've got to set aside some quality time to do your problems correctly, okay? I'd hate to see silly points being taken off just because you didn't want to take those extra 5 seconds to add a label to it, okay? Take the time to double check your work, to make sure that you've shown all your work, and again, to make sure that you are labeling things. I will expect it. If I start to notice a pattern, that it's the same people, that you're doing it consistently, then I will be emailing you personally, maybe getting on a conference call with you to find out why you're not doing it, because it's important to me that you're doing it, because it's showing me that you understand. All right? Okay, you guys have a great day. I will see you again tomorrow for lesson 91. And one more thing, if you notice behind me, there's a piece of artwork that is actually not done. It is just started. This is our auction project. I've got all those pictures that we took outside. It's going on there. I will kind of show you the progress as we're going along with this. And hopefully you guys enjoy watching it being done. So, all right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Miss you. Bye.